Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
We're on the last episode of Haikyu Season 2 today. We're watching Season 2, Episode 25, called Declaration of War. Last episode was...
It was a banger.
A classic. The biggest takeaway from that episode, however, was Adam shedding his second tier of the series. So forget the rest. That is the most important part, okay? No, just kidding.
Nothing better than watching two really good teams go at it. Game comes down to the wire. Somebody just has to make a play. It was exciting. It was fun to watch. I know it's animated, but it was good volleyball.
It was great volleyball, and we got a little deeper look into Oikawa's view of himself, kind of what thought process has led him to this point, as far as, you know, he is not a genius, but just his approach at constant hard work, doing the right things day in and day out to help his talent grow, because it's not necessarily as inherent as it is for some other people. So I thought that that was really interesting. And that last rally though.
It was. I mean, everybody laid it all out on the floor. There's nothing you can do. And Seijo's going to be disappointed, but you look back on that and go, what else could we have done?
Yes.
You
and I know that I said that every player on Karasuno touched the ball. I was corrected many times. Every player on Seijo also touched the ball. Sorry about that. So overall, I mean, a great episode.
Absolutely.
One of the top ones from this season, I would say.
I would agree with that. I think looking forward, they're playing Shiratorizawa, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I think that's fairly obvious. And who's their big outside hitter?
Ushijima.
So I think they're gonna get hammered 2 straight in this next match, and I don't think it's gonna be close. I just don't think they're good enough to beat or compete with that.
Adam thinks we're starting the next match right away. Okay.
What else could be happening?
I don't know. Well, let's find out. And just to let you know, the final to go to nationals is best of 5.
Oh, this is gonna be a whole season. Season 3 is gonna be that match then.
We'll see if Adam's right or wrong.
And only top team goes on, right?
Only one.
Okay. All right.
Well, okay, I will say I'm pretty sure like it goes based on size. So like Tokyo gets more than 1 entry, I think, because they're a bigger,
Yeah.
you know, prefecture.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I know you'll correct me. So here we go. Let's wrap up season 2 today. It has been quite a journey and a very enjoyable one. So this is bittersweet.
The training arc seems like years ago.
I know. It's crazy.
All right.
So let's not wait any longer. Season 2, episode 25 of Haikyu is coming right now. You said that last time.
No better feeling.
No worse feeling. He's almost
The dude on the left.
Yes. Me too, man.
これで1勝1敗だ。調子乗んじゃねえぞ。乗れません。
やったな、先生。
はい。
That's it.
Oh,
Just a yes.
we did it.
あいつ日向がどこに打ってくるのかを読んだように見えた。ブロックに当たって軌道が変わってなければ拾われていたかもしれない。
It's a game of
何
inches.
を言おうとも結果は結果のまま。悔しさが薄まることもない。後悔の残るプレーもあるだろう。それでもまずは言わせてもらいたい。よく戦った。
Those are the hardest situations as a coach. Like, there's nothing you can say.
あれを決められずに何がエースだ。
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Yup. That's the photo you put in your locker in the off season.
Lots of goosebumps and even a little twinkle.
I was gonna say that could have been 3 back-to-back episodes.
For who, me?
No, for me.
You had 3 back-to-back?
No, I was saying 3 total, 2 back-to-back. Like that hits.
Oh, I was like, wait, I missed something?
No. It's, again, I'll go back and say it's crazy how accurate this is. Like, I have lost a match 15-13 in the 5th set in the 3rd match of a final, and you sit there and you think about every time you touch the ball what you could have done better, like, because that game comes down to one play, one action, and there's nothing worse than watching another team celebrate.
I tend to have more compassion for other people than I have for myself. So here I am, Iwazumi's beating himself up for that swing. And I'm like, show yourself some kindness. I'm the last person that can say that because I would be doing the exact same thing, even if it makes no sense.
And a week later, nonetheless.
A week later, I feel that. When he was saying that, I was like, no, like, come on. But like, I feel that. And it's just like, even the second year staring at Kirisuno celebrating, it's like, you lose a match like that and you see that they're happy and it like, you're mad that they're happy. Like, how dare you show your excitement in front of me? Of course they're going to. They're happy. They just want a match. But you like, it almost feels like a personal attack.
100%. And it eats at you. And you sit there and you think, there's no way, we're better than you. You did not deserve to win that match. We should have, and you, all of those scenarios run through your head, and then you use it as motivation.
Oh,
It's
that hits.
It
That
does.
whole scene.
It does. And I take it back, there's no chance we get to the next match in this episode. It's gonna be all about this, so.
そろそろ行くって。お。
Oh gosh. Do you feel what's coming?
Mm-hmm.
The three former teammates face to face.
影山。次は絶対負けねえ。ってさ。おう。
Oh, that's tough.
最後よく拾ったな。かっこよかったぜ。
おお、つうか応援は嬉しいんだけどよ。あんま名前で呼ぶなよな。いいサーブだったぞ、正しい。
ありがとうございます。最後のスパイクすごかった。サンキュー。
あざっす。最後前回の記憶があったので3枚ブロックに疲れた時は正直ヒヤッとしましたが、
鉄壁を相手にした時の東根と同じく影山はこの先を考えて日向の手でぶち破らせることがベストだと思ったのかもな。いや単に直感だったのかもしれないがな。
あんな高いブロックかわせるなんてすごすぎるよ。
Give Kageyama credit.
最後大王様反応してた。取られるかと思った。大王様やっぱすごかったな。
バス来たら荷物積んでくれる？まだ来てないやつら呼んでくるから。はい。
忠告だ、及川。もう道を間違えるな。お前は道を間違った。もっと力を発揮できる場所があったのに、取るに足らないプライドのために、お前はそれを選ばなかった。
それは正常じゃなくて、白鳥沢に入るべきだったってことで OK。成功が約束されたチームなんかないだろ。
少なくとも今ここでは、俺のいるチームが最強のチームだろうが。
相変わらず面白いくらいの自信だな。取るに足らないプライド。確かにね。聞けよ牛島。俺は自分の選択が間違いだと思ったことはないし、俺のバレーは何一つ終わっていない。取るに足らないこのプライド、絶対に覚えておけよ。ああ、それとね、俺ばっか注視してると思ってもない方向からぶっすり刺されるからね。
どういう意味だ？
俺の後輩頭悪いし、まだ全然俺にかなわないけど、それでも一人じゃなくなったあいつは強いよ。カラスは群れで大きな白ワシさえ殺すかもね。
おい、何を。
Oh my gosh, my body.
I have
Look at my legs.
full body chills.
I'm like crying. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love that response from him, and especially in that moment.
Don't you ever forget my worthless pride. These goosebumps are not going away. I think I'm just a permanent goosebump.
And pride is such a... So we don't know the backstory of why he went to Seijo versus Shiratorizawa, is that correct?
It hasn't been stated, no.
So you have to think that maybe they played club together, or were like talking about which schools they were gonna go to, or however that split happened. There was something where he maybe would have gone to that school. I'm really curious to know that story now, but pride is one of those funny things for athletes. Like, it drives you and it makes you work hard and gives you that confidence that you're the best and you can do things. And I love that he stood up for himself on that and fired a shot back right at him.
Well, and it's like, my career's not over.
Yeah.
So it was almost like extending the challenge to like, we are going to meet again, so just wait.
Is he a third year?
Who? Ushijima?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, Oikawa would never say this to Kageyama's face.
Yeah.
But the nod to Kageyama, and even being like, he's not quite there yet, but now that he's got his team behind him,
and
he's good.
All of the crows together hanging out there on the like, that was...
A flock of crows could really take down an eagle. Ugh!
And you know, I don't know how it was in girls club, but in guys club, like, that stuff flies. Like, there are little comments that happen in the hallways, and it's all, ugh.
No, girls talk behind each other's backs. They don't really do it face to face.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And kind of the nerve of saying that to somebody right when they lose. Like,
well, we've talked about this before. Like, he doesn't have a filter.
Yeah.
He just like says what he's thinking.
Yeah.
But I would not be in the mood.
No. I love it.
さっさとバスに荷物積んじまえ。どうしたの二人とも。
痩せた土地で立派な実は実らない。
コンクリート育ちの力見せてやる。
I mean, not a shoujo from the concrete.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is just a real chill-inducing episode. Kageyama looks tortured back there.
先生には感謝してるよ。
He's got a long night ahead of
なん
him.
です突然。
うちみたいにしばらく何のつてもなかったチームが東京の強豪グループと何度も練習試合できるなんて恵まれてるとしか言えない。鍛錬には相手が必要だ。どんなに自分たちだけで頑張っても限界がある。猫間とのつながりを取り戻せたってことは先生やこいつらが思ってるよりずっと大きいことなんだ。あんたはすごいことをやってくれた。
そんな、いや、そんな。明日勝ってから改めて存分に褒めてくださいよ。
確かに。
That was a good deflection.
He's like, okay, I'm really not accepting this compliment. I need to like do something.
よし、荷物持ってそのまま体育館でミーティングすんぞ。
お前よだれ垂らしてただろ。汚ね。
俺のよだれは汚くねえ。
帰ってきた。
Mishimiya.
進出おめでとう。
おお、道宮。なんで知ってんの？
さっき校内放送で流れて。
Hinata's gonna love that.
正常倒して決勝なんてもうすごいよ、やばいよ。あんたのボキャブラリーがやばい。っていうか顔
ああ、今日の試合でちょっとな。見た目派手なだけで大丈夫だよ。
そうなんだ。
おい、バレエ男子すげえな、おい。
おめでとうひなた、影山、よくやったな。
Is that a student or a teacher?
I guess the teacher. Oh my gosh.
That's cool.
みんな残ってくれてたのか。
あ、M スタ宮城始まっちゃう。お、こんにちは。こんにちは。本日富澤の仙台市体育館では全日本バレーボール高等学校選手権大会、通称春高バレーの宮城県代表決定戦の準々決勝、準決勝が行われました。第1試合は烏野高校が
Look at those scores.
城西高校を破って久々の決勝進出です。いやー、驚きましたね。まさか成城がここで姿を消すとは。
そうですね。及川君をはじめ非常にバランスの良いチームだっただけに決勝でその姿を見られないのは残念です。
もうちょっと勝った俺たちを映せよ。そうだそうだ、正常ばっか映してんじゃねえ。
それはいつものことでしょ。
準決勝だし、まあこんなもんだろう。
続いては準決勝第2試合。こちらは
No airtime.
順当に勝って決勝に駒を進めたようですよ。
さあ真打ちの登場だぞ。
この大会3年連続優勝、さらに今年は19歳以下の日本代表にも選ばれた街道牛島若俊君率いる白鳥沢学園です。準決勝も危なげなくストレートで勝ったようですね。
ええ、今年は志願の全国制覇を狙えるメンバーが揃いましたからね、期待していいんじゃないでしょうか。
自力で勝る白鳥沢学園に対して烏野高校がどこまで追いすがるか注目ですね。決勝の模様はご覧のチャンネルで明日午前11時から生放送です。宮城県の頂点を決める一戦、ぜひお見逃しなく。
No love.
Zero love.
さて
In the second semifinal, the team that was supposed to win did.
これまで及川が入ってからの3年間で青葉城西は一度たりとも白鳥沢に勝ったことがねえ。一度たりともだ。人呼んで絶対王者。牛島はもちろんだが他にも県でトップクラスのやつらがゴロゴロいる。県内最強の名は伊達じゃねえ。白鳥沢はお前らが思っている以上に強え。誰も俺たちが勝つなんて思ってねえだろう。あ？なんだ平田。
そんなの関係ないと思います。
おい、コーチに向かってお前。
いえ、そういう意味じゃなくて。
いいから言ってみろ。
はい、誰も俺たちが勝つと思ってないのは正常相手でも同じでした。なので関係ないですと思います。
明日も俺たちは
He doesn't want to speak out of turn, but it's
見せてやろうぜ。
はい。落ちた強豪飛べないカラス、君たちをそういう風に言う者はもうどこにもいません。羽いっぱいに風を受けたカラスが今大空を舞っています。そして君たちならいけるはずです。どこまでも高く、どこまでも遠く。
Takeda, his speeches are too good.
明日も勝って全国へ行きましょう。
I'm inspired.
よし、疲れ残さないようさっさと帰ってしっかり寝ろよ。
じゃあ解散。
What'd you think of the post-match pre-game speech?
Similar to pre-Seijo.
Yeah.
You guys suck against teams like this. Similar feeling, you know, so I think that bodes well because he's saying the same thing. You're probably gonna lose.
Well,
Nobody thinks you're gonna win.
And I mean, you know, you have a belief in your team and the work that you've put in, but you know that everybody thinks they're better or that they've won. Like, there's no point in running from that fact. You just gotta address it head on and say, hey, we're gonna go play.
I mean, it would be delusional for him to be like, we're so much better than Shira Torizawa. Like, come on.
Yeah. But I like his demeanor, and I like that somebody from the team, and I mean, of course it's Hinata, comes up and says, hey, that's all true, but get on board because we can win. And you need somebody to be able to do that, and it's a good dynamic to have.
Well, because I think it would be so easy for them to be satisfied at this point. Like, they accomplished something that nobody thought they could, that they maybe didn't even think they could. It was a huge, win. So it would be really easy, and you see it all the time. Once a team kind of overcomes that big hurdle, they kind of let their guard down.
Yeah, I agree. I know we're not going to see the match this episode, but I'm curious to see how much of a fight they put up. Go home and sleep.
Poor Kageyama was like grinding his teeth on the bus. He needs to rest.
今日も2試合やったんだし、ゆっくり休んだ方がいいよ。今帰ってもムズムズして寝れないんだよ。お願い。
お願いします。お願いします。
はい。
よし。もう一本頼む。
Look at that connection.
Takes work.
Okay, I think enough's enough.
Yeah.
Time to rest for real though.
Hinata seems to have endless energy to jump though, so.
もう一本。どうしたのやつさん。
ごめん。なんか思い出しちゃって。
The last time they were here.
二人が喧嘩した時もちょうどこんな風にずっとボールを上げてたなって。
そうだっけ？
覚えてないの？日向が突進して掴みかかったり、影山くんが投げ飛ばして倒したり、私すっごく怖かったんだから。
なんか
すみません。
いや、そういうつもりじゃなくて。
That's so typical.
今日の試合見て思ったんだ。マネージャーにならなかったら、今日の試合見てもこんなにハラハラしたり、ドキドキしたり、勝ってみんなと一緒に喜んだりして、心が熱くなることなかっただろうなって。それってずっとみんなが努力してできなかったことが一つずつできるようになっていったのを見てきたから。ここにいなかったらそんなこと絶対なかったから。だからありがとう。
そんな、こっちこそありがとうだよ。いっぱい練習に付き合ってくれたし、やちさんいなかったら新しい速攻完成しなかったかもしれないし。
本当？村人 B の私でも役に立った？
もちろんだよ。東北一の村人 B だよ。
お前それ褒めてんの？
当たり前だろ。お前も感謝してんならちゃんとお礼言えよ。
おざっす。
お前それしかねえのか？もっと他にいろいろあんだろうが。
うるせえ。ちゃんと感謝してんだからいいだろうが。
まあ何してるの？清水先輩。
She's about to lay the hammer down.
体を休めることも試合に向けての大事な備えだよ。すみません。ほらもう終わり。片付けよう。早く早く。
はーい。
お前のせいで怒られたじゃん。
お前だって練習したかったろ？
すみません。私も練習に付き合っちゃって。一緒に練習してくれてありがとね。はい。ひとかちゃん、もう暗いから
She's the best.
バス停まで行こっか。はい。日向と影山は片付けたらすぐ帰ること。
I love that nobody messes with her. Word is law.
That's true.
小さな巨人は決勝戦の前の日ってどんな気持ちだったのかな。 緊張するけど、でも超ワクワクすんな。
明日勝つ。
Oh my gosh!
That belief is infectious. And
I got so teary-eyed so many times in this episode.
I don't agree with them practicing after the match.
No, and I'm glad Kyoko came in and laid the law down.
Yeah.
Because like that is true. Resting is an important part of preparing.
And not something most athletes are good at. Or do naturally.
We have a bonus scene. So this episode is not quite over.
Alright,
let's check it out.
Let's see if I can find it.
いや、でもまさかカラスノが決勝まで行く
Nobody.
正常
I don't think they did either.
ここを復活って感じ。
噂をすれば
That's awesome. I didn't realize how big Asahi was.
He's always alone. We know you.
日向翔影山飛
決勝まで来ました。コンクリート育ちの俺たちがあなたをぶっ倒して全国へ行きます。
They're so proud of them.
楽しみにしている。コートで会おう。
早く戦いてえ。
よし、絶対行くぞハルコ。
Full body chills yet again. I might as well put me in a freezer. That's how I felt this whole episode.
I love it's almost just that youthful ignorance. There's no history of losing with them. There's no scar tissue. It's just we've won. We'll just keep winning. I don't care who you are. We're coming. And you could just see the third years like puff their chest a little, like those are our boys.
They were so proud of them.
Yeah.
And I love how they kind of like circled it back to episode 1 of this season with the concrete, just reminding everybody what happened there.
Yeah.
And the little bit of history. We've got one more bonus scene to watch.
Sing.
お前は最高だった。強かった。もう優勝でいい。優勝だった。ユダ、何言ってる。落ち着け。ユダっちを見ると冷静になってしまう。それな。おじちゃん、帰らまちょうだい。マジかよ。さっきも先生に飯をおごってもらったじゃん。うるえ。食わずにやってられんか。
Oh, Kendaichi back there.
ごちそうさまでした。じゃあすいません。失礼します。失礼します。
おう、じゃあな。
くそくそ。
本日53回目の改弁か。うんこ野郎だな。
だってクソ悔しいじゃんかよ。今回は絶対全国行けるチームになってた。
ああ、行ったら行ったでボコボコだったかも。
そんなことねえし。マイキー、卑屈モードやめてください。
3年生結構元気だな。
They are not fine.
試合のミーティングの時はすげえ落ちてたけど、
家に帰って一人になったらどうしようもない時間が来んだよ。
He's not wrong.
元気出せよ、はじめ。眉間のシワがすげえぞ。 分かっとる。沢村君のレシーブも坊主君のフォローもヒゲ君のスパイクもワタッチのレシーブも狂犬ちゃんのフォローもトビオのダイレクトも金田一
He's replaying the entire play.
全員が 120% だった。それを全部足してあの時ちょっとだけカラスのが上だった。ちょっとだけな。それより岩ちゃんはあのトスに完璧なタイミングで入ってきてた自分を称賛するべきだ。トスもタイミングも完璧だったから余計悔しいんだ。ごもっとも。でもラスト反応したのに拾えなかった俺の方がへこんで叱るべきだね。俺の方が悔しいね。
何を競ってんだ。おお、通常運転。
I've been there so many times.
つうかよ、帰るんじゃなかったっけ。やばい、ラーメン出る。
We're practicing.
及川、本気サーブ打つんじゃねえよ。
脇腹痛え。
1、2年の誰か引っ張ってくればよかったな。3年だけだ。
His eyebrows are intense.
休ませてやれよ。オーライなるペイトラシペイトラシだースリー
ぼちぼち勝たさないと見回り来るぞ。
みんなちょっといいかい。
おいやめろ。せっかくいい感じで終わろうとしてんだ。このまま平和に終わろうぜ。
うるせえ。3年間ありがと
言わんこっちゃねえよ。
That was classy, I'll give him that.
O前は多分じいさんになるくらいまで幸せになれない。
何いきなり何の呪いなのさ。
たとえどんな大会で勝っても完璧に満足なんてできずに一生バレーを追っかけて生きていくめんどくせえやつだからな。
こんな時でも悪口挟んで。
でも迷わず進めよ。お前は俺の自慢の相棒で超すげえセッターだ。この先チームが変わってもそれは変わんねえ。でも戦う時は全力で倒す。
望むところだね。
Yaba!
And the rivalry begins. Are you gonna make it?
It's sad.
It is sad.
It's touching.
It is.
You cried, didn't you?
A little wide eyes.
See? So if you cried, just think of all the times I cried when you didn't. So if you reach the point of tears, then I am at the point of like snot dripping down my face and hyperventilating.
I love that for those two.
It's been an honor to be your partner.
Yeah. And it just goes to show you, and this is the part about sports, about anything really that is
not okay.
That is heartbreaking, is like you can do everything right and you can work your tail off and give yourself every chance for success, and sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you draw it up. But you know, those two are gonna be friends forever, and that those experiences in that respect, like you gotta love that. And I love the dig about being a pain in the ass, and I love the fact that he's like, we're both gonna keep going, and if it's not together, I'm coming for you. That's awesome.
But even him telling him like you did everything right, and you're, regardless of the outcome, like you're still a great setter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That season 2 just ended with a bang, everybody. Okay, wow.
I can't believe we're through season 2.
Everyone's like, yeah, we can. I think that was a great closing episode for the season. Like, the big, finish happened in episode 24 with the game ending, but I think that this episode was so perfect. Just to kind of tie up loose ends, but just like really get us excited about season 3. It wasn't just like dull.
No,
like there was
not at all.
still a lot happening. I felt a lot of feelings, clearly.
Yeah. Well, and I like, they give you a lot of things to look forward to. Like obviously there's the showdown for the final to go to nationals. There you can see Seijo started training right away. That's clearly gonna be...
No, those were the third years.
Those were all third years? I thought the
so.
young guys were training too.
No. Oh, well, like Kendaichi was running and stuff, but that practice scene was like third years, I think.
Well, but Mad Dog was training. So like you can see like that next group going into next year there's gonna be a rivalry there. It's gonna be fun. And that's what you want to play for. Love it.
Let us know your thoughts. I know you guys were really hoping we would watch this bonus scene, so hopefully...
I only read that about 100 times online.
Yeah, literally triple digits. Great episode, great season. We would love to hear what you guys have to think about both the episode and season 2 in general. So make sure to hit us up in the comments below. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because season 3 is right around the corner. Thanks, guys.